Great weekend for Bison men's basketball. 2 home wins to close out the Shields Arena era of Bison men's basketball. Head coach David Richmond joins us now to discuss this. And coach, let's just talk about that for a little bit. Shields Arena, what a great temporary site that was. You had a ton of success there, so there will be some memories for Bison basketball throughout this era.
No question. Really appreciative of our time there. I think as you see Fargo and West Fargo growing, it's growing south and west, and that was really convenient for a lot of people. Really appreciate the staff there at Shields Arena. And a lot of credit obviously goes to our guys, for them eliminating excuses. We didn't get much practice time there. And we've talked about it. You've heard us talk about it, controlling what you can control, and our guys did that to a high level. And as appreciative as we are of the time there, we're really excited to be in the Shack next fall.
No question about that. Now let's talk about these 2 games. So Western Illinois was the first game of this week, Wednesday, and I thought defensively you did great things. No Paul Miller still. You held Western Illinois below 20 field goals, just 18. They only got 42 shots up, so you were really guarding.
Yeah, with Paul or without Paul, our identity needs to be to defend, box out, and take care of the ball. And especially that becomes even heightened when you have a guy like Paul out that can score it at a high level. You need to tighten some of those things up to give yourselves a chance. And Western, again, is a team that epitomizes this league from a standpoint of, the record doesn't show up, but they've been close, and then they turn around the week before and they beat Omaha, who had just beaten us. And we knew we were going to have our hands full, and our guys really locked in, executed a game plan, made enough plays. And again, what can you say about a guy like Corey Brown? And he was just going to finish things off, the right way.
And you had great balance scoring from the whole roster that night too. That was huge.
Yeah, again, I think our guys credit that our personnel. We understand our personnel. We understand who we are and playing a winning brand of basketball. And I know that might sound simple, but we need to put our guys in spots to be successful, but more importantly, those guys need to understand those spots, and then they need to have that success for us to give ourselves a chance down the stretch, and that's what we were able to do.
Well, Senior Day is always an emotional day. Moving to Saturday now, IUPUI, very good team, but with that aside, Senior Day for a couple of special kids, really.
No question. 2 guys that mean a lot to me, personally, to my family, and obviously to this program. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm smart enough to realize that those 2 have helped me get to where I am in my career and in my professional career. They really epitomize what we're about. And, Chris Kading, to me, defines what an NCAA student athlete is, his success as a person, his success in the classroom. And obviously, we're close, bordering on, 4 consecutive 20-win seasons. That's remarkable at the mid-major level. And then Corey. Again, Corey's been labeled so many things and this and that. Again, I said it afterwards, I'm going to label Corey as a winner. And he's been an absolute pleasure to be around. And he gives you everything he has, whether it's a workout session, a practice, and obviously in game nights. And those 2 guys have been really special to be around for the last 4 and Chris 5 years.
So IUPUI, this team, I was at Indy, a very tough game. That was a tough loss, very close game. They come in here rolling a little bit. They have been playing good basketball. You knew this was going to be a tough game, and that's how it played out, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And again, our guys executed things at a high level. We were able to get ourselves up 15, like we've done before, Jeremy. And you've been a part of some of them. Relax. Obviously, you need to give them a ton of credit. They made some big plays, some tough shots down the stretch, and I thought they really took it to us a little bit on their offensive class, and those are some things that we've got to clean up. But again, I'm really pleased and really felt good for a guy like Carlin Dupree, who I thought, with the adversity and some of the things that had gone this season, he could have been in a lot of places, but he was locked in, and he was going to send his brothers, Chris and Corey, out in the right way and played really well and made 2 big free throws down the stretch, obviously.
How big of a difference was this game as opposed to Indy? Because at Indy, Paul Miller has 21. He's not available this game. Carlin Dupree did not play in Indy. And for them, Pickett had 20. The game-winning shot, he did not play in this game. So both teams had a little different thing going on.
Yeah, the personnel was significantly different, make no mistake about it. And it played out differently, too, where I thought we were very good offensively, especially early. I believe we got to 41 at half. But we let that, our success offensively compounded it in a negative way, and we weren't very good defensively. And to hold them to 23 points at half and to hold them to under 1 point per possession for the game, again, a lot of credit goes to our guys. And the exciting part about it is there's still plenty of things we can clean up from that game. Yep. And also as we move forward, we're getting some guys healthier, in particular Paul. I think we're closer and hopefully coming together at the right time.
College basketball, boy, it is so tough on the road. You got 2 tough road games coming up, obviously at Brookings this week, and then at Denver, both those very difficult games. Denver just swept South Dakota, so they're a capable team. But just talk about the overall road trip coming up and how tough it will be for the guys.
Yeah, I remember sitting here with you a couple weeks ago and feeling pretty good about things and coming off of 2 home wins against Fort Wayne and Oral Roberts, and then turning around and just, quite frankly, going on the road and laying 2 eggs. And that's the next step for this group. And yeah, sure, there's only 2 left in the regular season, but it's still a step. And if we're going to get to, as a program, to finish things off this year and going forward, we've got to find that consistency. Can we bring our execution? Can we bring our poise and discipline? Can we travel our toughness and our extra effort on the road? Because we know what we're getting into Thursday, and obviously in a short turnaround against a tough team to prep for that's going to be sitting on us for a week in Denver, both of them are going to be extremely tough.
And you know, Coach, this time of year, it's almost like fine-tuning for that conference tournament positioning. You probably don't worry too much about that right now, or are you just trying to make sure that your guys are at the top of their game heading into Sioux Falls with these 2 games?
Yeah, Coach Olson was just in my office going through the standings, and I have a headache now from trying to figure it out. I think we can get anywhere from 2nd to 6th, but that's all going to play itself out. There's so many situations and scenarios, but we've got to figure out how we can continue to get better, and again, that better means more consistent tomorrow in practice, Tuesday and Wednesday, and obviously against 2 very good teams on the road.
We don't want to give any secrets out on this, but Paul Miller, has he been progressing? And do you think, is there potential he can play?
Yeah, Paul's progressed very well. Late last week, we were able to get him into some practices. And if the situation arises, I would really like to get him into a game here. And both if we can, maybe 2, or maybe for sure just 1 if we can, just to get him some game reps going into the tournament. At the same time, as big as it is to get him in, it's most important that we have him in Sioux Falls. So we'll see how things go here early this week, and that'll determine his playing time, the length of his playing time on Thursday and Saturday.
Thursday at Brookings against South Dakota State. Saturday at Denver against the Denver Pioneers. I'll have the Bison Radio Network fired up for you, and we'll recap this, and it's a big week. Best of luck to you and the guys.
Appreciate that, Jeremy. Thank you.
All right, see you next week, everyone. Have a great week.